is a black and blue swim bait on a swim bait hook, and it will go across all this vegetation. And we're getting hung up every single time on this worm. So this right here is by far one of the best baits other than a swim jig on a river. This is right here. Black and blue. I'll put a little bit of chartreuse on it. But this thing will go over all this cover. I'm fishing it on some braided line too. And when you're fishing it over with braided line, you can get all those fish up out of that vegetation if needed. So you can work it like a frog, you can swim it like a fish. But it's very deadly. It's also a very good bait to cover a lot of water. And what I like to do with it, especially during the spawn, is throw it up toward the bank or parallel the bank and throw it down along the bank. And if a fish doesn't commit to it, you kind of know where that fish is, and you can go ahead and finesse them with maybe like a worm or a creature bait. But with that worm getting hung up every 2 seconds, you know, fishing something that will go above all this stuff is usually pretty good. And you can fish this very slow. It doesn't have any kind of weight to it other than that plastic. Very good. Big spot right there. Looks like it is. Ah. Go. This one too good. Oh yeah, that's a good. Look at this joker. Oh, look at that joker. Oh man. Look at that. Right in the mouth. In the most shallowest water possible. All the way back in here. My trolling motor up here reads right up under 2 feet. Look at that choker. I saw the wake back there a couple times. Man, that's a good one. That's about a 3+ maybe. Let's see. Shallow, super shallow. Look at all this stuff, this little vegetation stuff. That's neat. I don't want to get too close to it. Let's see. 317. 317. That's a beast right there. We're gonna keep him for some pictures later. Let's close that. Okay. So like I said, this time of the year during the spawn, fishing a little swim bait like this. It's actually about a 4.5, 5-inch swim bait, and I have it on a weightless swim bait hook. And what you can do is you can throw it all along this vegetation. If you throw a worm, you're going to get hung up every single time on this stuff right here. See if I can pull some of it up. No, I can't pull it up. See if I can get it on the rod. But this stuff right here, it's like all over the place. You're getting hung up every single time on like this type of vegetation. It's all over the place. And like I said, we're in about a foot of water. It's the time of the year these fish spawn. that fish was up as shallow as you possibly can get this bait before it got into like grass. And I saw a little wake, we threw back over there, saw another little wake, and he wound up committing to it. But that right there, I saw, like I said, I seen that little wake right there. If he wouldn't have committed to that, I probably would have tried to throw something like a little Texas rig worm or whatever up in there to try to, you know, get him to commit to it, because you can leave it in the bed or leave it where it's at a little bit longer. But you know, super shallow in the back of this creek, you know, a little swim bait like this, and I'm pretty sure if I would have been using that black and blue swim jig, it probably would have been, you know, just as effective. But we're gonna go ahead and try to maybe get back in here a little bit closer. I know it's super shallow. I don't know how close we can. We got a push pole so we can kind of get up there a little bit more shallow. But you know, the first fish, 317. I'm excited about that. See if we can get some more. It is 350 too. Water temperature back here is 74.5. It's a light wind. It's kind of like overcasty day. Well, right now, earlier today, it was kind of like clear skies with the sun bulging out. Like I said, it's like 3:50 in the afternoon, and you know, the weather changes around this time anyway. Just seen another one back there. Let's see how much water we got up in here for him. We'll get him a little bit more. Oh God, he almost got out. He saw that thing, like he almost got out on us. Alright, we just made it right down past this little key stretch right here. Now I'm seeing a bunch of brim beds right off here in front of me too. Now, I just said there's a bunch of brim beds over here. Typically after bass spawn, the bluegill will spawn. That fish was very skinny, so it could be a post-spawn bass. Now, with the brim beds being over here, with it being a post-spawn bass, he may be over here waiting to ambush a bluegill, somewhat similar to what maybe just happened there. So it might not have been a bass that was spawning. It could have been a bass that's just up here waiting for a bluegill to come by to kind of fill up on some food, because usually when they spawn, they waste a lot of energy. They don't eat as much, and then the post-spawn after they spawn, they come out and they eat a lot. And bluegill are very, very fatty. Good. Trying to take her in the bed, where we were doing something. She fell asleep for a couple minutes or whatever, but like she was twitching, and then when I tried to get her in the other room, like she didn't even take a nap. As soon as you get that little good nap in, you're good to go.
I think the time we should probably be up to about 9.
Nah, I'm gonna head back here shortly.
Okay. I found my philosophy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I just edited it a little bit and then saved it.
Hold on. Oh, I got a new one. Oh my God, babe. Oh my God. I just caught an absolute giant. Oh my God. Look at that. Whoa, let's go. Oh snap. This is the second one I caught. Let me give you a shout back. Alright, bye. Will you look at that? Dude, it is 5:45. I know it's way past the time that we would typically fish a tournament, but guys, I came out here, got here around like maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock ish. I wanted to get a couple hours in the fish just to kind of see what they were doing, because I want to come and fish tomorrow. Look at that joker right there, guys. Let me get the other one out. See if we can. If he will calm down. But we caught two giants. Ow. Look at these absolute studs with just about like 2 hours. We were fishing that swim jig up along some shallow vegetation, or the swim bait, I'm sorry. And caught these studs. Look at these. Man, I'm gonna weigh it real quick and then see what our total 2 is. So I'm gonna put this one back in the water. Let her go. All right, let's see, is she going? Yeah, she going. Let's see what she weighed, big girl. Oh man, that was awesome. I actually thought it was a mudfish the way how big it was. Let's see. 388. So almost 4 pounds. I would have said 4. But look at that, man. That is sweet. 2 fish. All right. Oh man, he is super stinky. You can see right here, probably making bed or whatever. He's super bloody. Smells very, very fishy. Very, very pheromone-y. That just scared the fire out of me. But look at that fish. That is sweet. All right, so. Let's see what we're at. We're at, I don't know. Oh, okay. So about about 7:13 we got on 2 fish. Let me close that right there. But this is the setup right here, guys. Let me see if I can just rip this off. But here it is right here. I just have a EWG hook. And it's tied up with, I think this is 35-pound or 30-pound braid. And all I did was Texas rig this little swim bait right here. It's black and blue, and as you can see, I got a little bit of chartreuse on it right there. But as you can see right here, I'm just trying to target banks or areas that look just like this. And, you know, like I said, we haven't even been here long. This bait does not sink very fast, so it basically stays on the top, and it actually will go through all of this vegetation very, very well. So we're here in Alabama, and you know, it's about that time of the year where they're pushed up and they're spawning. They don't all go up at the same time. So usually in April, May, June is the time of the year where these fish will start to push up in these shallow areas, these back pockets or these little creek arms. And I mean, you can absolutely wear them out. That was 2 fish over 7 pounds, the total of 7 pounds. But you know, we're targeting some key shallow locations. Like I said, the mouth of the river is way up that way, maybe about a mile that way. And we're back in these little arms, and we're just, you know, fan casting these areas. The best technique that we had was when we were actually kind of parallel in the bank. So literally throwing down the bank and allowing this bait to be in the strike zone the longest. So you throw it down and, you know, just kind of make sure you're close to that vegetation. Sometimes throw it into the vegetation and work it into that vegetation. And guys, you can catch some stellar fish just like that. So, I mean, that was awesome. 2 fish. One over about 3.5 and one almost 3.25, so put us over about 7-something pounds on just 2 fish. So I want to be back here tomorrow, and hopefully we can try the same technique and fish it all day and see what we can do. But guys, continue to follow Bassn Buddy, and I'll see you next time. Peace.